Hi everyone, this is Shannon from theirishscrapper.com, and today is Friday. Yay! So glad it's Friday, and I'm so super excited because I am on my way to On Stage Local, which is a Stampin' Up! Conference where we get to see the new annual catalog as well as check out new products and do make and takes, celebrate recognitions, and spend some time with fellow stampers. So I'm so thrilled to be going. So I wanted to show you guys a quick video, and this is a fold that I have not showed before. This is called a squash fold. So you will see when we open our beautiful card that it opens up into this. Is that not fun or what? I have not stamped any sentiments on this because I'm going to be using it as a gift, so I thought they can either choose to stamp in there themselves or, you know, write in the card themselves. But isn't that fun? And look how it just folds up, and you just come back and give yourself a little tie. So this is what we are going to create today, and I wanted to show you how easy it is to do. Pink stamper friends, I hope you like my nails. I got those done purposely for On Stage. I thought my pink stampers would appreciate the extra pop of pink. I thought that was fun. Okay, so let me talk about our card base and our different layers. So the card base is Crumb Cake, and that is 8.5 by 8.5. We have a piece of Dapper Denim. This is for the front, which we're actually going to emboss. This is 2.5 by 4. Our two inside layers, which are going to go on the inside of the card. The Dapper Denim is cut 4 by 4. The Very Vanilla is cut 3.25 by 3.25. And then for our front accent piece, the Vanilla is 2 3/4. Backed by Crumb Cake, which is 3 by 3. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you how easy it is to create this fold. You're not going to believe it. Okay, so we're going to fold this 8.5 by 8.5 in half. And hopefully I can see that well. And come down and give that a nice crease. Okay, we're going to turn it and now fold this way. Again, give that a nice tight crease. Okay, and now we're going to fold from this corner to this corner. So I'm going to fold that over. And this is where you just want to make sure your ends meet. Give that a little bit of a press. I'm going to come down with my bone folder and give that a nice crease. Okay, so now your paper looks like this, and you can see this is how the card folds up. Okay, so you always want to be sure you have this open tip down here. So now that I have that folded, I'm just going to again bring my bone folder over that. Okay, so here's our folded piece. We're going to put our layers on these squares here. But before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. So we are using the Flourishing Phrases stamp set. This is one of my ultimate favorites. There's so many beautiful sentiments in here, as well as these gorgeous images. And this comes in a two case set because there's so many. It's really lovely. This is in the annual catalog. We are going to use this large floral image as well as the flower here. And like I said, I didn't use a sentiment because I'm going to let my receiver decide what they want to do with that. So I'm going to bring in the Crumb Cake. And let me put my other Dapper Denim there to hold it. I am going to ink up my large floral piece in the Crumb Cake. And we are going to stamp this on the inside of these folds, okay? Just to give it a little bit of you know, decoration. It's tone on tone, but it's still nice instead of leaving it plain. Okay, I'm going to ink up my other here on the bottom. Let me make sure I'm in camera. Okay. Let's give this a nice press. You could stamp before your fold. It's completely up to you. It is a little bit easier to do that. So let me close that up for a moment. We are going to go ahead and take our 2 inside layers. I'm going to set this aside for a moment. I'm going to take my vanilla pieces. I grab myself a piece of scratch paper. I think I just moved my camera. Sorry about that. And we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So now we are going to be using the flower, and we're going to open up our Dapper Denim. We're going to ink this beautiful image up, and I am going to stamp here in the corner. So I am not going to get the whole image, but that's how I want it. With this side square, you probably could. I just wanted to kind of peek in from the corner. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll set that aside. I'll bring in the other piece of vanilla. I'm going to re-ink my gorgeous flower, and now we're going to come in from the top, because these are going to be diagonal from one another. So I want it to look symmetrical. Okay. Close up that Dapper Denim for a moment. Let me get our scrap piece out of here. Now we're going to do some sponging. So I'm going to bring in my crumb cake. Let me go back, let that dry a second. I'm going to grab my other layer here. I'm going to take one of our sponges. I've cut our sponges into 4. And we are just going to ink up the edges. For some reason with the floral stamp sets, I just find the need to do a little sponging. Just makes it look so much more rustic and pretty. Okay, we are going to do some more sponging, but let's go ahead and get our pieces adhered. So we're going to bring in our snail. I know you guys hear me say fast fuse is my favorite, and it is. Unfortunately, I ran out, and I'm waiting for my box to come today. So I will be refilled shortly. But snail works fine for just these layers. Okay, add some snail to this one. Whoops. Okay, and I want it to come in from the top corner like we talked about. Isn't that pretty? With the little sponging, it's beautiful. Okay, let's bring back in our card. We're going to add adhesive now to the back of this layer. We're going to put this one in the lower right corner. Get our top piece. We're going to want that flower to come in from the top corner. We're going to lay it like that. Super pretty. Okay, now we can move on to the front. So for the front, for the Dapper Denim piece, I am using our Petal Burst Embossing folder. I'm going to stick this piece in here and just run this through the Big Shot real quick. I don't think I'll pull it in. You guys have seen me emboss. Okay, so there is our beautiful embossed piece. That is going to go, remember this is your lower corner where it opens, so I'm going to put adhesive now onto this, and I'm going to do all 4 sides because it's embossed and I don't want it to raise up. Alright, so now for our last 2 layers, we have our crumb cake and we have our very vanilla. We're going to stamp one more flower in that Dapper Denim right onto the very vanilla. So it's going to be our centerpiece, so it's going to be the full flower this time. close up the Dapper Denim, we're going to reopen the crumb cake, bring back that sponge, and we're going to do the same thing here. And this one you can tell I'm kind of coming in a little bit more on the edges, bringing in a little bit more of that crumb cake. Okay, very good. All right, so let's adhere this to our crumb cake. We are almost there, just like that. We're going to need some dimensionals, and we're going to put dimensionals on the two sides because the ribbon is going to run in the middle, so you don't want that to interfere. All right, so I have about 24 inches of the Dapper Denim, so I'm just going to pull this around. I want my opening, I want my bow to be here, so I'm just going to kind of hold that, and then I'm going to bring in my layer, and I'm going to center that. So again, it doesn't affect the ribbon, and then we can go ahead and tie. Isn't that pretty? So that completes our card. Isn't that fun? So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. I look forward to being back with you guys real soon. As you know, since I said I'm going to Onstage, I'm not sure how many videos I'll have for you next week as I'll be catching up. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.